Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Libra. So it's a general message. Take what you feel resonates for you, disregard the rest, go about today, and know that no matter what messages come through, it's still up to you, your active free will, the choices you make, and the steps you take in this world to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see. To me, that's personal freedom, it's personal power, it's something that lies at the tips of your fingers and at the soles of your feet. So use that power to do wisely, my friends. For all my subscribers as well, big shout out to you guys. I love you, love you, love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like this message resonates and you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. Join the journey with me. I'd love to have you along the ride. So before I get into the cards, I'm just going to take a moment to call in spirit. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Gabriel, as well as my team of light, and any of your spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective to join us. I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages that are for the most far-reaching of us, however, only for our highest good. No second-rate messages here today, my friends. So I'm going to start off today with a little spiritual advice, and this is by the Archangel Animal Oracle cards that I've got right here. So let's see what messages Spirit has to say. Spirit, what messages would you like Libra to know for the month of March? For some of you, I also heard June and January, so those months could be something important to you. We do have a card out. Spirit's asking me to pick two more, please, Spirit. Can you give me two more? There's one more and one more. Thank you. So you have the rat that flipped out so I could see it, and you have the llama. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. The rat says, be true to yourself and the universe will reward you, with Archangels Gabriel and Zadkiel. Archangel Chamiel is with this llama here, and the one that popped out first was the camel, and it says, be forbearing and patient with Archangel Jovial. I'm feeling very guided to read you guys the camel because I feel like it's important. It came out first. It was upside down. The thing is, I feel like you may be right now, before I read this, you may be really needing to set these boundaries like they said and enforce them because you've moved on from a situation. You're moving on from something where we let people get what they want, or we're people pleasing, right? We're realizing that the more and more we give without having these boundaries, the more we're actually depleting ourselves. So Spirit's saying, be true to you. You know, you can't do everything, and it's absolutely perfectly acceptable to say, no, I can't do that. Sorry. And you don't even need to apologize. If you're asked to do something by someone that you just don't have the mental capacity, the energy, or the time to do, or if being around this person or doing these things for this person drain you, set those clear boundaries that, you want to be maybe around them for a short period of time, or you're making sure that, if your boundaries are up and you're like, you know what, I can't do this because I'm tired, enforce it. If they keep asking, what I'm hearing is don't give in, okay? So let's see what the camel has to say. And I do just want to say, like, if I trigger you throughout this, if I say something that makes you feel a certain way, or I bring up some painful or uncomfortable feelings or memories, I ask you to use your empowered vulnerability. What was it I said? It hit a nerve, right? I triggered you. What did I trigger? Where is it? This pain, this energy that you're feeling, what is it attached to? And is there a way that you can use this trigger as a positive motion forward, because it's bringing something that needs healing to light? So I feel like it's really important, if we use that empowered vulnerability when we're triggered, we can create huge positive change in our day-to-day worlds just by acknowledging and moving forward. So the camel, I'm going to hold it up for you guys so you can see this beautiful card. The camel incarnates from Leucame, the ascended aspect of Sirius. They carry much wisdom and are waiting patiently to share this with humanity. They will download this to us when we become more telepathically receptive and are ready to process the new golden age. As camels move from meditative, empty deserts to noisy, chaotic towns, they are learning and teaching about balance. They are also transforming lower energies into light. Much sacred knowledge from Leucame is contained in their divine blueprint, and they pass this into the golden fifth dimensional ley lines wherever they go. They are helping to maintain the grids for us. Camels are also demonstrating to us to use resources wisely. They have learned to conserve what they have and use it with discrimination so that there is enough for everyone. For some of you, there is more, and I will read the rest of the guidance here, but I'm feeling called to, this could even have to do with money or resources. If you are being asked to set your boundaries, it could be within yourself. It could be, you want to save money and you've decided, like this month we have a no takeout challenge because I ate a little too much takeout this week or this month, and not this week, but this month, and it's like, no, that stuff costs a little bit too much money if you're constantly doing it. So for some of you, that may resonate. For others of you, this is when other people are asking to borrow you, can I borrow $20? Can I borrow $40? Well, if you have trouble getting that money back, say no. If you have the money, but you have it for something else, you're not obliged to say yes. Okay? So whatever it is, if there is somebody around you who has in the past or is trying now to take advantage of your good nature, just know that you don't have to allow that behavior, okay? And I want to show you this rat saying, be true to yourself, the universe will reward you. In this book as well, the rat is here to eat up toxic energies and waste energy. So it's important here that we aren't engaging and absorbing too much from the people or the world around us. We're making sure that as we're setting these boundaries and enforcing them, that's helping us to be more true and authentic to us and reducing the toxicity and the ties to that around us. So the rest of the guidance here for the camel says, you are blessed to receive this card of wisdom. It suggests you hold golden wisdom in your divine blueprint, and that in your life plan you have contracted to share with humanity. This path calls on you to practice patience, forbearance, and humility. You may feel ahead of your time. Many will sense the light you carry and will react to it in different ways, so you will need to stay in balance wherever it is happening around you. If you do not fully recognize who you are, your guidance is to sit quietly, place a golden, sparkling light around yourself, and call on Archangel Jophiel, the angel of wisdom, to help you attune to your true self. Then expect the deep knowing held in your soul to start coming forward. And I heard about listening to that as well. This could be energetic boundaries as well that's going to be important for you, especially when the camel's talking about they have wisdom for you. But it's when your mind is more receptive to telepathy. For some of you, depending on your situation, especially if you've already been open to telepathy and you feel like you've been on a spiritual path, you may have what I heard is even be blocking out telepathy from certain individuals or people because it is getting in the way of your waking life. It's getting in the way of your world. It's just for some of you, okay? But do know that that's how Spirit talks to us. They'll talk to us in signs and synchronicities, but they talk to us telepathically as well. So sometimes you may just get an idea out of nowhere. That could be your guides, saying, hey, we got something for you. One thing I'm also hearing is about downloads, and this could also come from this, that these guys are that ascended aspect of Sirius. They come from Leucame, and this is starseeds, my friends. There could be a lot of downloads coming to you. So you may not actually, I know when I get them, I don't get right away any knowledge with it. I just hear the high-pitched noise come through, and it's almost like my ears, some pressure changes, and it usually lasts for, potentially 30 seconds, depending on what's going on, and then it's gone. So, for some of you, you may actually know what download you're getting. You may have the information and you're processing it. For some of us, like myself, this information comes after, right? So I would say if you do get those downloads, afterwards when things have calmed down, is there some new idea or direction you're being pulled to? Because I do feel like Spirit's trying to help you along the way. So I'm going to get right in now to the Cat Tarot for a little tarot wisdom, please, for the sign of Libra. Okay, so before I do say this, quite a few cards fell out. There's two spots that are not shown. So what we have not shown is the Queen of Cups. And just like this, I picked up the Five of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups in reverse. We'll get into the meaning of these, but I do want to just say that this particular card right here actually came up in my Gemini reading, and I definitely picked up a heavy, like, narcissistic energy. So if this card in the reverse can be somebody around you who is jealous, who is manipulative, who is controlling, right? There are strings attached to their love. And it could be a water sign that you're attached to, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio with this Queen of Cups here. And I feel like there's kind of changes. They're sniffing out to see if, is this going to work? This card also talks about resources. Because if you see in front of them, they have 5 pieces of food. Between the two of them, that's not even equal. So it's needing to learn as well. How are we sharing resources? For some of you, again, it goes back to if someone else is asking you for one of your resources, we're not obligated to say yes, especially if right now those resources you feel are kind of in short supply. So the other cards we're going to go through, we have the 3 of Swords here, and this cat is offering up something good, right? He's offering up love, he's got it there, but I do feel like this comes with a bit of a warning because this cat's broken some hearts before, right? Or as well, what I heard is, okay, you may not be the only person this cat's offering love to. Don't make it fit if it's not your situation. That's just what I heard, okay? So there's the cat on the screen with the 10 of Swords, stuck there usually, because once they get up on the screen, they don't know how to get off, right? So this is also, I think, making sure that we think things through. I also heard consequences of actions, that we're not climbing and getting stuck on the screen and someone having to come get us off. The Page of Cups is in the reverse. You have the 9 of Cups. And what I heard here was plenty, however, an overindulgence, because these bowls, these plates, there's nothing in them, which I do feel goes more back to even these ideas or this feeling of scarcity. So you have the Queen of Swords here, who looked like it was in the reverse. Again, could be kind of a cutting, manipulative sort of energy, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be that, I heard unsure or uncertainties as well. We'll get more into this, okay? And the other card that we had here was the 9 of Pentacles. Bowl's full. See that? Bowl's full. Completely full. Cat still wants the bird, but the bowl's full. So this is contentment, right? There's nothing actually that this cat needs. At this point, it's more about playing, right? And enjoying what he has or she has, enjoying the resources in front of this cat. What I heard was you could have someone around you who's jealous of the things that you have, who wishes they had those things. And what I heard is by proxy or vicariously through you, they may like to bulldoze your energy to try and get you to, I heard, succumb. Or this would be also like if you say no. I mean, we all know our kids will do this to us. If, like yesterday, my kids wanted their tablets and it was late and everyone been crazy. I said, no, not right now. So I then had all 3 of my children come back to me repeatedly asking, can we have our tablets now? Can we have our tablets now? Can we have our tablets now? Even though I'd already said, not tonight. So then we had to reiterate, when I say no, asking me over and over and over again to get me to change my answer is not okay. It's only going to say that the answer tomorrow will be no, right? So if you do have somebody here who's kind of pushy, what I heard is take notice, all right? Let's see. I'm being guided to bring you guys the message in the reverse for the Page of Cups as well. It could be that you, at this point, are a little bit more watchful or careful of whose toilet you're using or where your nourishment is coming from, where your water is coming from. Some of you, it may be literal about the water, that you are like, well, I'm not going to drink town water anymore. I want to go for spring because, at least we can kind of hope that there's not chlorine and people's medication from their urine and things like that, right? For others of you, I feel like this is symbolic with that water being emotion. We're going to be very discerning on who's feeding us emotion, and are they giving it to us from the toilet? There is a difference. And I mean, for a cat, sure, maybe they like the toilet. But not all cats like toilets. And I know this is out of there, but not all cats like toilets, right? My cats really like fresh water out of the bowl. So what I heard is breadcrumbing. If you have somebody breadcrumbing you as well, or again, you feel like they've taken they've taken advantage of your good graces, your kind nature, and they've used your resources, this is the time I feel like where you have to ask yourself, what value do they bring to your world? Are they filling your cup with beautiful, sparkling water? Or are they filling your cup with a bit of bullshit water? I'm going to get some more clarification, but yes, the Page of Cups in the reverse. Upside down, that kittenish energy can spell frustration and immaturity. There's a little too much drinking out of the toilet and not nearly enough responsibility happening. It's time to pull it together and get down to whatever you're avoiding. So for some of you as well, I think with this feeling it out and the resources here, what I heard for some of you is you may have just recently moved or separated, to trying to get away from this kind of manipulative energy. And interesting that both of these cards are in the reverse. I do feel like even though air sign, this could be you, Libra, as well, this Queen of Swords, okay? This could just be your energy showing up, that you've seen what this person has done before, and you see them offering this love to you, but you also see that this love may be spread too thin, and there's nothing in these bowls, right? There's nothing here. There's no nourishment within that particular connection. I do feel like, however, though, the two of these, there is a partnership and sharing, but again, it comes down to, I heard, equality of resources and who's using it. So they're giving me a silly example, but, well, not bandwidth, like data on your phones. So if you are in like a family plan or family sharing kind of thing, where they used to do is there would be like one amount of data for the entire family, and everybody would be able to pull out of that. Let's say one of the members of your family uses 2/3, and you got 4 people or 5 people all on this family plan. This is not fair distribution, because then what would happen, and it may not happen, it's been a long time since I've been in that side of the business, but what would happen usually is that 2/3 of this went to one person gaming or watching something, and then the other people would end up with overage charges because they all thought they had data, but no one was actually paying attention to how much this other member of the family was. This is not data, but you can see how frustrating that is as well, right? When you go, especially if you're not home and you go to do something and you're like, oh, your data allotment is full. And this is going to anger someone, right? It could be somebody younger who's kind of selfish as well, who just doesn't really have that capacity yet, or just doesn't have the capacity to think about someone else and how they're going to feel. If I do this, how are they going to feel? If I eat all the food in the house, how's everyone else who's hungry going to feel? I think this is why we have the Ten of Swords here, though, as well, because it's like, you know what, whatever situation we've seen before, we're definitely moving past that. With the 2 9s here as well, you are nearing completion with this 10. I think I'm not getting like anything specific of what it is that's completing, but I feel like if you resonate with this, that's going to become clear to you. Okay, so tell me more here, because there are changes. This Queen of Cups, to me, I gotta say, looks damn comfortable sleeping. You're a Queen of Swords, who is kind of in reverse over here. Does not look as, just, it's awake, right? So here where it is more just the coziness, right? Being cozy, making changes, using resources responsibly. Can you tell me more about this Ten of Swords, please? Thank you. So, on the Ten of Swords, drop the Eight of Pentacles, which is, you've worked hard for this, right? You've worked hard for this meal. And I also feel like there may be someone around you who's freeloading with this clarifying, okay, that you've worked really hard for this, and now someone else has been like, okay, well, I didn't do any of the cooking, and I'm not going to do any of your cleaning, and I absolutely won't buy any of the groceries, but I want to sit down and eat your meal. You have the Three of Swords here, and this could be, or sorry, yeah, Three Swords. Five of Swords. I always think it's the 3 because of the 3 cats, but this is the 5. Making a choice to turn our backs away from where we're not fitting in again. And you actually have 2 5s here, which is 2 9s and 2 5s. Major changes. 3 5s. 3 5s. The only 5 that is not here is the 5 of Wands. That change in direction may be important for some of you as well with this calendar month. But if you look at this 5, there's still some food left in these bowls. However, when we go back to the 10, they've eaten it all up. So for some of you, it really could resonate with food. I know, like, especially when money's tight, if we have one person, same thing, where we've bought in the groceries for the week, and, there's most of the good stuff, and there's a couple treats, and one person eats all the treats. And then, especially if it wasn't who bought the treats, it starts to feel like this place of not fairness. And especially what I heard is, especially if money's tight and there's not the money to go replace those treats because you've spent the budget on the groceries right now. So with this 5 of Swords as well, this is about our thinking. This is who we choose to align with. Because if you look at this cat, he doesn't look too happy, right, with his swords. It's 5 of Swords. But once he moves on and chooses himself, he's pretty damn happy. And all that kibble, all that cat food, that's up to him. This doesn't mean you can't share and be giving and kind. But this means that we're not giving to people who aren't going to treat us right. So the bottom of the deck is the Chariot. I don't know if it was upside down or not, but we're not going to take it upside down because there's hella movement happening. Like I said, this could have been you moved already, but this cat is ready for comfort and ready for change. And I heard not ready to stick their head in the mud, right? Not ready to bow down and just give without receiving in return. So I'm going to bring one message from the Archangel Raphael. Thank you. I got 2. The bottom of the deck is exercise is key. It says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for motivating me and guiding me to an exercise program that fits my schedule, interests, and budget. For some of you, I feel like especially, this could be getting out for a walk. That could be the movement, right? There's changes. But if we're feeling bored, or if we have eaten as a way to fill our time, exercise may be something that really helps us, makes us feel better, and is going to help you fall in line to make sure that you're choosing more healthful foods. Forgiveness heals. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, I am willing to forgive myself and others in exchange for what I really want, which is peace and health. So whoever this situation you've picked up on, whatever this kind of manipulative or whatever this kind of immature energy is, or whatever person is kind of pushed past boundaries, that boundaries need to be put here, or whatever the situation is, forgiveness is the way to go. So just because we forgive someone does not mean they have to be in our life again. And for some of us, this is going to be giving ourselves forgiveness for where we've allowed people to walk on us, or where we've been a people pleaser and denied our own feelings and, kind of gone against our own gut instincts to keep someone around. So the energy also here is consult a nutritionalist. Dear Archangel Raphael, I turn my eating over to you and ask you to guide me to foods, beverages that taste good, are fulfilling, and support my ideal healthy weight. So I think that's also really important for you as well. Not necessarily to focus so much on weight loss, but making sure that you're eating well, you are taking care of your inside and your outside, right? You're getting that, I heard destructive energy too. So for some of you guys, that could have definitely been one of the ways to deal with the situation is self-destruction, self-sabotage. And it wouldn't have been the healthy way, right? Because, I mean, for some of us, especially if we've been traumatized in our worlds, when someone is destructive towards us, you know, we get this whole thing where I'll be destructive to myself first because then they can't do it. They have no power over me. And I feel like if that resonates, Spirit's really saying, exercise. Turn your mind to something else. Because exercise gives us so much, right? It ups our energy. It ups our mood. And not only that, but it makes us a whole lot healthier. So if you are, or you know that you are maybe at high risk, you may want to ask your doctor or something, you know, what kind of exercises can I do? As well as, I'm hearing, like, if you get lightheaded or dizzy while you're doing this, sit your ass down, okay? Stop for a minute, catch your breath. But I heard even if you walk for 10 minutes, take a walk, you could, depending on where your level of fitness is as well. What I heard, especially in terms of the healthy ideal weight and your health, is if you know that your body mass, okay, is higher, this is especially going to be important for you. And that's where I'm going with. If you know that walking hurts you because you got stress on your knees or whatever it is, small steps. Start out, you know, take your phone, hit a timer, 5 minutes. Start walking, 5 minutes. Phone goes off, ding, 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 ding. Turn around, go home. Maybe you do that for a week. There's a 10-minute walk. Maybe next week, you're like, you know, I think I can do 10. Hit 10. And then you've got a 20-minute walk. I think it's important as well because when we're walking, we're breathing. We're bringing in new energy and releasing old energy. And we're showing our bodies that we care. For some of us, I feel like as well, we're going to have to give forgiveness to ourselves, or we didn't really treat ourselves right, or as much as we would want to. So, I mean, you all know, right, when we eat things, I know myself, like, last week I ate everything and anything that I wanted, and it hurt me. It hurt me bad. And I knew it would, okay? I self-sabotaged fully. And there's that place where I've been working so hard on my own fitness journey and my own weight loss journey that I kind of was really upset with myself for a little while too. Like, why'd you do this? You know, you work so hard and then just resort back to this emotional eating. But the thing is, you can see that. If you can see it, you can stop it. And it makes you accountable to yourself. So I definitely had to give myself a little bit of forgiveness for resorting back to old ways and not treating myself how I should have been treated. Because I was grieving doesn't mean my body has to hurt either, right? So I'm going to leave you guys with one parting message from the Work Your Light Oracle on what Spirit would like you to know moving forward here. I definitely do feel Spirit saying, you know what, the weather's getting nicer. It's time to get out, to move, to take care of your body, to set those boundaries. And that could even be boundaries, again, like I said, for yourself on, I know I've had to start trying again. Yesterday I did too, was dinner and done. After I eat dinner, I am not going to munch a bunch of crap before I go to bed. I'm not going to do it. And day one, successful. Inner temple. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. It knows the way. This could happen by meditation. And meditation can happen in many different ways. Meditation could be sitting down, listening to music, closing your eyes, and focusing on your breath. Meditation could be getting outside, looking at the birds in silence, taking your walk, exercising. However you do it. It's that quiet place that when we connect to that inner temple, we know the way. And you have Star Mother here saying, how can you mother yourself? If we give all this love and all this attention and all this affection to everyone else, let's not forget ourselves as well in this situation. So that's the message I have. I hope that what I heard is love each other and be kind. But I hope that you set these boundaries for yourself, that you fix whatever energetic leaks are going on, and you love yourself, you take care of yourself, and you put yourself first, my friends. I love you all, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys. Mwah.